なんとかなったみてえだな。畳みかける。これがスーパーサイヤ人3だ。
Alright, what's going on, you fam? Raiyuden here. I think I want to start doing top 10 videos. I did it once. I haven't really been keeping up with it just because I don't think I care. But I've had people ask what are my thoughts on the current meta and what characters I consider the best. And there was enough interest for me to realize maybe it is worth providing that sort of feedback every end of the month, I guess. I think end of the month is a good time just because we have gotten all the new character releases, and with the way that this game works, things shift rather quickly. So I think, hey, that could be something fun we could do. We could add it to the roster of videos that we do. I just want to add two things though. Number one, I don't have all these characters at 14 stars. They're at various star levels. 5 stars here, 9 stars there. Potentially 14 stars if I got lucky, but I highly doubt it. So I guess that can provide a unique perspective from my view of fighting characters that are typically higher star level with what is regarded as a strong character at a lower star level, because stats matter, Z abilities matter, Zenkai buffs matter. Maybe I provide a unique perspective on that. And number two, it is just my own opinion, so don't think too heavy on it. At the end of the day, I'm just sharing my thoughts on these characters. It has no impact on you. So if you disagree with a placement, it's okay. You can put the pitchfork down and carry your day. It doesn't matter. It's just my own opinion. But if you disagree, let me know in the comment section down below. We could discuss, people value different things with these characters. Different queues have different play styles, and that could rapidly translate to certain aspects getting valued more. Somebody that can't die, valued higher. Someone with multiple lives, valued higher. It all boils down to a bunch of variables that we all don't share, so who cares at the end of the day. But let's go ahead and start this tier list off with who I think is number one in the game. Ultra Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. What a damn resurgence for this guy. This guy disappeared for a little while, and who knew that what he needed was a strong yellow ally. Once LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku got his unique equip, and a monstrous unique equip at that, this guy rapidly returned to the meta, and for good reason. In my opinion, this is one of the most complete kits in the entire game, and if anything, could be argued as one of the most toxic, simply because we'll go down the list. Number 1. This guy has the strongest disrupt in the game. Seal up everything in your hand but your blue cards after 3 cards. Number 2. This guy is able to nullify rising rushes. Now those two things are the biggest and strongest aspects of this character, because this character debuffs. So when you try to use that blue card, he can just go to his best friend, the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, who has instant transmission, getting him out of the way of any major potential chance of danger. And number 2, the Rising Rush nullification is the single biggest, strongest, and most annoying reason why the meta and the matches nowadays go to timer count. Characters that are able to just swat it away, like Ultra Beast Gohan with his unique gauge, Ultra Corrupt Murzumasu with his unique gauge. These characters are the part of the reason why matches take a long time. And number 2, while you're at a disadvantage if you don't have this character. Characters that just have that control not only last a long time, but they just have such a big grip on the fight. You basically can never hit this guy with a heavy move. He can hit you with as many heavy moves as he wants, and anytime you try to get him, he'll just get out of the way. If you're comboing this guy and he rushes, if you rush, he'll just switch to somebody else, nullify the rush. If you are trying to hit him with a blue, instant transmission comes in and saves him. But even if you're able to do a decent combo on him to get some damage, this character has some absurd sustainability. I don't know why they gave him so much. 15% of his health every time he shows up on the field is one thing, but this character also heals for every time he uses a strike card. He gets 4% of his health. Then, when his unique gauge goes from a defense gauge to a release gauge, he's going to heal another crazy amount of HP, 20%. And then he gets a green card. That is another thing. This character has an AoE green. So those things already make him a dominant force. But one of the aspects that's not talked about enough is when a character disrupts your entire combo and can do it continuously, you are at a severe disadvantage because odds are you are not going to get your rush first. This character forces you to only use 3 or 4 cards tops. Whereas on the opponent's side, where they got this guy, yellow Super Saiyan 4 Goku, maybe another yellow character, because yellow, green is just the most popular team right now, they can hit you with 12, 13, 14 cards. They can farm the Rising Rush. How many times would you get 4 Dragon Balls out of 4 cards? That's not very likely. Whereas your opponent hitting you with over a dozen cards probably is halfway to their rush already. This is not talked about enough, but that is a huge uphill climb you have to get through. So you can't rush the guy. He seals your hand. Your opponent gets the rush first. He can instant transmission away from any danger. Any combo you do, he's probably going to heal from because he shows up on the field with damn near 20-25% of his health back. You can see why I'm saying this character is number 1. He just has the best control on the flow of the fight. And he just provides so many tools that for you, who has him on your team, you just have such an ace in your pocket. This is not even me talking about him stacking damage 2 ways. He stacks damage guard penetration and damage inflicted with his cards. He also is continuously getting his vanish back because he keeps generating blue cards. There's no limit to how many times he generates the blue, and there's no limit to how many times it can get his vanish back. One of the more troublesome characters to deal with is a last man standing Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So for me, I got him at number 1. I just think this character had a huge resurgence, has the best control on the flow of the fights, so many powerful tools, such a hard-hitting character now. Now number 2, Buuhan. This is going to rustle some feathers because I vividly remember on release, people were talking about this guy being a Gohan victim, a Rising Rush victim, an Overdrive victim. I'm going to come out and say it. That's a good thing to have. I don't know why people are saying he should have had a second life. As if this character doesn't have auto counters, which is one of the more toxic mechanics in the game, as well as debuffing. Somehow, players forgot about Ultra Majin Vegeta, and now they just want this guy to have that too? Are you guys crazy? Buuhan, if you ask me, I think the World Tournament should have revealed how powerful this character is to everybody. A Buuhan in the hands of the right player just has the best control from mid to late game of any other character right now. I'm trying to paint a scenario to make it easy because you guys are listening to this and yeah, you're nodding your head, you understand that, but sometimes it's easier if I make you visualize scenarios. Let's say you and your opponent have just started the match. They obviously start with Buuhan to pop the green card. Right out the gate, you can't capture your opponent at all. Your opponent has a severe upper hand. You are at a big disadvantage because even if you get priority, it doesn't matter. Buuhan is able to use auto counters to stop that, therefore letting him have another opportunity to get priority, control the flow of the fight. You can see where the strength comes from. But number 2, a strong and smart Buuhan player will ensure that he has at least 1 auto counter charge remaining for the mid to late game, where if you've lost a character, Buuhan is going to take him to the finish line. It is the easiest victory of all time. Not only does Buuhan shut down any potential 1v3s because auto counters are overpowered, but this character forces you to need 2 things. 1, you need a blue character to sponge the blue card damage. But number 2, and this is the big one, you need someone that will debuff. And even worse, you need a scenario where you are actively getting priority with the debuff character, and you can swap out to the blue to take the hit. Buuhan forcing you to do these plays, it's just this indirect pressure that you feel that makes it very difficult for you to win the fight. Completely ignoring that though, the meta is dominated by a bunch of yellow characters. We have Ultra Namek Goku, we have Legend Bardock, we have the Mini Super Saiyan 3 Vegito, we have so many powerful yellow characters that Buuhan is shouldering the red element alone. Buuhan is the strongest red we have in the game right now, and that alone gives him tremendous value. But the auto counter that I've already discussed is part of the reason why I regard this character so damn high, but even the minor things that people may not pay attention to are worth mentioning as well. The green card gives him anti-endurance, so when you land it and you pair it with something like an overdrive or even a traditional combo, you don't have to use a big move to finish off a character with a second life, which is something you see quite often. Trunks, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Kid Buu, all these characters, every meta character just feels like they have a second life, but having a passive anti-endurance off a green card just makes it so they can deal with that without having to worry about a get out of jail for free, having some sort of debuff moment happen. So that's the reason why I think Buuhan is such a powerful character. He even has the Dragon Ball destruction, really high multipliers, but it's really the auto counters and the elements that just put him in such a strong position in this meta. Number 3. Ultra Kid Buu. Holy crap, man. I talked about Super Saiyan 4 Goku getting a powerful resurgence, but this guy, man, what a big boost. Now, whenever they release a plat equip for an Ultra, they do a great job of making that character meta relevant again. Because number 1, they want you to summon for the character again, and number 2, they treat Ultras very well. They put them on a pedestal. The rarity scheme is Ultras are at the top. These are your kings of kings. Below them is your legend characters. I think the legend releases we've seen thus far really illustrate how they want to maintain this hierarchy. And then you got your sparking characters below them. Ultras are at the absolute top, so anytime they get a buff, anytime they get a new ally, it really propels them forward. And that is 100% true for Kid Buu. This guy's plat equip gave him monstrous multipliers. This guy now has unbelievable sustainability, crazy damage inflicted, but the biggest reason why Kid Buu is regarded so highly for me is the blue cards. I talked about this guy getting out of jail because instant transmission Goku is going to come in and protect him. Well, Kid Buu shuts that down. I talked about how this guy will have such great sustainability because he forces you to use a blue card at the end of your combos. Well, this guy's type neutral and his blue card hits like a truck. Kid Buu's sniping blue cards will single-handedly win you games. Numerous occasions where your opponent would try to switch to someone with a second life, they can't. The blue card snipe them. They try to go to someone else to, disrupt you. They can't. You snipe them. So Kid Buu's sniping blue cards are just one of the most dangerous aspects of this character. If it was auto counter for you, it's you when it comes to sniping characters out. But this character also has unbelievable bulk. If you have him past 7 stars, not only is he able to generate those green cards, but he also has type neutral with the full unique gauge. And remember that Kid Buu already has great sustain because as he draws cards, he's going to be healing. So for a character that can very rapidly fill his unique gauge, maintain that type neutral, have really high damage guard numbers, a massive HP pool as well, he's someone you could rely on to take hits. There are numerous times where you would see like a Buuhan Kid Buu, matchup where people would let Kid Buu take this guy's auto counters because he's going to heal it back up. He'll do maybe 1.5 million damage to a guy with 4 mil HP because he's type neutral with the unique gauge, and then Kid Buu's going to heal it all up. Pop a AoE green, draw a bunch of cards in your hand. He's just going to heal all of that up. So that's the reason why I'm going to consider him number 3. This pairing here is one of the strongest pairings in the game. Buuhan and Kid Buu. But you don't see it as often as you would think, simply because of timing. This guy's Ultra Banner came out as part of the Majin Buu Saga campaign years ago, and everyone spent all the Chrono Crystals on the Buu Duo.
You will mention the Buu Duo to everyone you know.
I will mention the Buu Duo to everyone I know.
They came out with the new prep mode mechanic, so you didn't see many people have him. let alone have him above 7 stars. And number 2, every time his banner came back, some other major character release was either around the corner or had just happened, so nobody really bothered to summon for him again. The same thing is true for Buuhan. Buuhan came out at the beginning of the year, everybody summoned for this guy. Nobody had any Chrono Crystals to summon for another Ultra character. So this is a duo you don't see often, but it is one of the strongest duos in the entire game. You take these two into any game, odds are you have a very strong and favorable matchup, and you could probably do pretty comfortably. So to me, this is the top 3. These are the big dogs of the meta right now. Alright, time to talk about number 4 to 6. So number 4... Speaking of resurgences, where is he? To me, the 4th best character in the game is Yellow Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Isn't this crazy? A unique equip propelling a very old LF to such a high spot. Goes to show Legends really can bring these characters out of the grave if they wanted to. This character, Oxo Goku, got a very early unique equip number 1. Then he got a very early Zenkai Awakening in his lifespan, and now he gets his 2nd unique. This guy is the ultimate right-hand man for the full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Not only does he have that beautiful green to yellow synergy, but they gave this character tools to not only make it difficult to kill either one of these guys, but make it very easy for him to do all the killing to you. Let's start with the basics. Number 1, the instant transmission that he has pairs beautifully with the debuffing and subcount manipulation of this guy. Number 2, this guy with his new unique equip is going to provide additional damage guard for his allies, which is huge for full power. He's going to provide ally healing, which is going to feed into the timer count-esque matches and the overall disruptive effects of the full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And the biggest one is this guy also locks in. So this is a meta where we have some pretty strong purple characters. Purple plus, as a matter of fact. But Yellow Super Saiyan 4 Goku having the few timer counts of locking in are why they aren't so freely able to kill full power. It's kind of annoying going back and forth because they're both Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So I'm just going to call them Green Super Saiyan 4 and Yellow Super Saiyan 4. But the Yellow Super Saiyan 4 Goku having that 3 timer counts of locking in just gives him the perfect window to brutalize your purple characters. They gave him really absurd multipliers as well. I mean, 200% damage guard for him basically means this guy comfortably can sit at what, 250, 260% damage guard, so he has crazy bulk, similar to the Green Super Saiyan 4. They gave him 250% damage inflicted, which is actually a lot, given his already existing unique equip and the fact that he has a Zenkai already, so he has very high multipliers with the stat padding, but it's the healing and damage support. Goku's providing 35% damage inflicted for his teams, so Green Super Saiyan 4 is hitting harder. He's providing the healing, so he's surviving longer. He's providing damage guard, so they're tanking better. He's providing locking in, so that he can protect them. He just is the perfect right-hand man. The guy is there for everything. And number 5, this is one of the more annoying aspects. It's the key reduction. This meta is riddled with disruptive characters. You've heard me say it so many times across so many videos. No key. No key for any damn thing. You can't do anything ever, and he's part of the reason why. He has the crazy bulk. The Green Super Saiyan 4 has the increased arts cost effect. He's forcing you to use a blue. He has an instant transmission to save him. And then everybody heals everything up. And anytime you want to do a combo on the yellow guy that you're hoping will translate to you beating up the green guy, you can't do because he's lowering your ki by 15. These two are the most annoying duos to fight in the game. I think Buuhan and Kid Buu are stronger, but Full Power and the Yellow Super Saiyan 4 Goku are way more annoying. Way more annoying. It's not an auto counter, but holy crap, man. You can do only 2 cards at worst, and you can't do anything. You can't rush them, can't blue card them, can't combo them, you can't do nothing. You can't do anything against these two. It's insane how far they went for these two, and a big reason for that is just how often do you see GT getting any buffs, right? They probably wanted to make sure he had a stupendously powerful yellow GT character so he can stick around for as long as they can let him, because we may not see GT buffs for a while, who knows. So they made this guy way over the top. So I'm putting yellow Super Saiyan 4 Goku ironically as the number 4 best character in the game. Just beautiful synergy, crazy disruptive effects, all the tools that basically fill in the gaps for full power. Given that he has any gaps, I mean, this is really me just nitpicking. Crazy damage inflicted, sniping potential. This guy is the ultimate ally for this guy. Unbelievably powerful character. Now, number 5. I feel like number 5 and onward is where it can get subjective for people. I think it's all up in the air. But for me, number 5 is going to go to Gohan. It has to go to Gohan. It has to go to Gohan. For me, remember, this is my own experience. I think Gohan's number 5. This guy probably has the second most complete kit in the entire game. And it comes as no surprise given they love their Gohans in this game. And I'm already fed up with it.
Leave me alone!
But Gohan has it all. This is a character that is able to stack damage 2 ways. This is a character with revival. This is a character with an AoE green. This is a character that for some reason is supporting his team post revival. This is the character with the main ability that is the best in the game because he gets 1 of every card, removes seal. I mean, this guy also is one of the few characters where all the disruptive effects that exist in the game almost don't apply to him, because he has the easiest time generating ki, he has the easiest time removing any arts cost increase, and he has the easiest time generating cards simply because your opponent on enemy confrontation translates to ki and cards. They did everything in their power to ensure Gohan had the smoothest sails no matter how the meta shifted. And speaking of metas have shifted, it's been months. Gohan has been around for months. My personal list, he's number 5. But if you look at the top 20 most used characters of every damn PvP season since his release, he's been number 1. He is always the number 1 most used character. Because even if you disagree with how I'm projecting his strengths, subconsciously people know that Gohan on any team is simply a amplification of that team. That's why anytime you've seen a meta team, he's there. Super Vegito comes out, pair him with Gohan. We have GT gets a bunch of buffs, throw Gohan in there. It doesn't matter what team it is, Gohan is at the cornerstone of it simply because he does everything. And the funny thing about it is, his mainstay team is not even a proper team yet. Hybrids, honestly, is still not a fully fledged out team yet. It's not flushed out. Even with Ultra Trunks existing in the meta, it's not as flushed out as any other team out there. And the even crazier part, Gohan does not have many good Zenkai buffers. That's the craziest part about this. He has the blue pan, and he gets the half Zenkai buff from the Buu duo, and that's it. How often can you say a character has this kind of control over the meta with virtually no additional stat padding from Zenkai buffs? He's one of the few characters. So for me, he's number 5. He is just such a complete character. He's so annoying. And something that people don't talk about enough, Gohan has been tested. This is a character that's been through the gauntlet. Since his release to now, he has been floored by tons of powerful green characters, and he's outlived them all. Think about since his release to now. Gohan has had to fight using Super Gogeta, Orange Piccolo with the unique equip, full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Ultra Trunks, and he's still here. Gohan has not budged. So this is the guy that's been through all these characters that are designed to be a counter to him, and yet he still is the number 1 most used character in the game. They've introduced mechanics to try to nullify his presence in the game. They made Legend Piccolo have anti-revival effects by lowering how much you heal. They made Ultra Trunks have the ability to limit how much you heal. None of these things have budged this character's usage rate. So the player base has solidified their opinion on him. I myself have solidified my opinion on him. I think he's number 5. And honestly, the only reason why Gohan wouldn't be higher is because of team composition. That's pretty much it. I feel like if Gohan had better Zenkai buffers and or has seen more Hybrid Saiyan characters, he would rapidly shoot back up. And unfortunately, I also think this is a character they're going to struggle with getting rid of. They're going to struggle with getting rid of him. Because even if you release a Legend Green character, it doesn't change the fact that this guy has Revival, AoE Greens, Unbelievable Type Neutral, easy ways of restoring Vanish. He has just so much in his kit that it's going to be a mission and a half to try to get rid of him. They're going to struggle with him. So it's not going to be like Ultra Majin Vegeta where a new design philosophy can get rid of Gohan. It's going to be, who knows? A Legend Green character that has a locking in and has an ultimate that does AoE damage. The only way people will get rid of him is if they release characters that make him a absolute curse on your entire team. Like an Android 13 leveled or a chilled level for the Super Saiyan Bardock. We'll see what they do. But Gohan to me is number 5. He is unbelievably powerful and oppressive. And that obviously makes the very easy numero 6. Legend Super Vegito. Holy crap. What a way to shoe in the new rarity for the game. They give us Super Vegito. This is a character that stacks damage 3 ways. Similar to Gohan, has very easy methods of combo potential. And honestly, he just shreds everybody. They knew that they're going to be releasing some additional yellow characters, so they made it so his release gauge, his ultimate, you cannot nullify the type neutral. They had to ensure that Super Vegito was able to stick around despite all the yellow characters that exist in the game. And I would say they did a great job of that. I think he's still as strong as ever. He has Vanish Restoration, he's able to get himself multiple ultimates. The Legend action is easy to pair with. He has a ranged blue, which is huge, just because you don't have to deal with, trying to box out your opponent. You can use it to nullify range cards. You'll notice that everybody here has ranged blue cards. Melee blue cards, but good old Super Vegito. So he has that advantage over them. But he's overall just an overwhelming powerful character. One of the underrated aspects of him is the AoE nullification, which is a detriment to Kid Buu just because it doesn't make it as easy for him to get priority. It's the same thing with the Gohan, and it's a mechanic I wish we could see more of, just because if you look at this list, 3 of these characters have AoE greens. 3 top 5 characters having AoE greens is not a good look. So a character that has AoE green nullification is automatically a huge amount of value in my book. He gets multiple cards on entry. Similar to this guy, he has some decent sustain because he heals 10% of his cards. 10% of his HP when he shows up on the field. But I don't really think Super Vegito needs the biggest explanation. He hits hard. He can do a decent job of keeping himself alive. The reason why he's in a lower position now is because more and more yellow characters are coming out. More and more troublesome teams are coming out to make it difficult for Super Vegito to do his thing. But this isn't to take away from him. My point is, this is still a top 10 list. We're talking about out of hundreds of characters, these are the top 10. So what does it matter if a character is 6 instead of 3? It doesn't matter. Any one of these characters can single-handedly win you games or make your team just sky-high levels of powerful. It's not about that. It's just where I think he sits, given where the meta is right now. I don't want it to take away from Super Vegito. He's super damn strong. He's super combo capable. He has tools to deal with all these guys. But in terms of who has the easiest time, who has the easiest team members, and who has just, that freedom to be as powerful as they are, I think he's in the 6th position. That's simply it. I think the other guys just have better team compositions and or a better time in the meta versus him. Green double yellow is just the mainstay meta team, which makes it very difficult for Super Vegito to be Super Vegito. That is simply it. You know, Legend Bardock definitely has been a big issue for him. And that's just the way it is. You know, Super Saiyan 4 Goku with the 3 timer counts of locking in can come in and hurt this guy. Super Vegito's going to struggle to do combos against this guy because he'll sponge all the hits. He's just going to heal up his allies. He's going to lower Super Vegito's ki. You try to use an ultimate, doesn't matter. We can go ahead and instant transmission out of the way and then just heal it all back up. Kid Buu comfortably snipes out Super Vegito as well. You know, there are oppositions to him now. He wasn't as free as he was at the beginning of his release. So I got him at number 6, but that isn't to take away from him being a super powerful character. This is going to be an interesting one. I know it's going to upset some people, but number 7, Legend Bardock. Our first Legend yellow character in the game. Yes, yet another powerful yellow character in the meta that makes it more difficult for Super Vegito. But Bardock's an interesting one because nobody has him in, you know, like good graces. He's either the most broken character in the game in your mind and you just find him someone that needs to get nerfed, or he's just bottom of the barrel garbage. No one seems to have him just in the middle as like a really great character. You either love him to bits or you despise seeing his face. But the reason why I put Bardock on number 7 is because, number 1, this is a meta where green double yellow is just so free. It's unbelievably free. Number 2, Bardock pairs beautifully well with the Super Saiyan 4 Gokus. It is not a coincidence that Bardock is buffing 2 things: other Team Bardock allies, and then Goku. There is a reason they did that. It's because they wanted to sell you this team. During Bardock's release, they marketed this team. They said you can easily overlap the Zenkai buffs for a basically yellow team with green Super Saiyan 4 Goku in the leader slot. This is his best and intended team. And when you think about it, those things align beautifully with the indestructible state. If Gohan is a character where leader slotted on any team, he provides value, Bardock feels like the opposite effect, where if this is a team that's already established and is good, then Bardock is able to take it to the next level. It's not a single character amplifying a team, it's a team amplifying that one single character. Bardock is heavily reliant on characters that can take hits and sustain themselves. You heard me say the word sustain quite often when I'm talking about the green and the yellow Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So when your allies sponge some of the hits, they sustain themselves. It feeds into the indestructible state and just becomes this repetitive and repeated form of a second life, which is what feeds into this timer count like meta. If you stitch these 3 together, you're running into a team where you cannot rush them. You basically are forced to blue card them, but it doesn't matter because they could either use the instant transmission to protect them, or they can rely on the yellow Bardock's indestructible state to sponge it and waste it. You're also looking at a team where they have crazy support. I mean, Bardock and yellow Goku are providing 70% damage inflicted to the green full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And then you're looking at tremendous bulk because both the yellow Bardock and the yellow Super Saiyan 4 Goku can comfortably overlap all the Zenkai buffers. So this is a team that has all the defensive tools you could rely on, with all the offensive tools that you would be banking on to deal damage, with tons of overall healing, overall support. Yellow Super Saiyan 4 Goku stripping away 15 ki a card. Damn, Bardock is able to increase your arts cost by 10 every time you hit him. You're just looking at a team that has everything. And this is his intended best team. They put him here. This is where they wanted him to be. The problem though, and the reason why I have Bardock lower on this top 10 is because that's what he's relying on. He needs to rely on 2 allies that just synergize so beautifully well together that he can just comfortably be the 3rd in the team. There's not a lot of characters that flow that well together, right? You're looking at a character that has to overlap Zenkai buffers while relying on 2 other guys that can heal and disrupt a ton while he provides his own thing. There's only one scenario for that, and it's these 2. That's it. So that's the problem. Bardock is someone that you could comfortably snipe as well. You can very much so work around his indestructible gauge. I mean, a lot of characters are able to combo out of it. Kid Buu's able to snipe it. Buuhan's able to just wither him down because he's a red character. But, you know, the inverse is true too for Bardock. Because you have indestructible state, you can just make it so Bardock takes all the damage. What does it matter? If you can at least guarantee you can end the fight and not rely on damage, don't let it go to timer, then you can let Bardock take all the hits. That's his whole objective. So Bardock can deplete Buuhan's auto counter gauges. You can just have him use indestructible state and take the hit. Kid Buu could be the one to, you know, use the blue card on Bardock, and what do you care? As long as you're keeping a third soul alive, a third vanish, a third swap alive, what does it matter? And that's where his value comes from. He's meant to be the ultimate punching bag, but at the same time, it's a double-edged sword. If you are not using two other characters that can help guarantee you kill people, guarantee you don't let this become a timer count match, then Bardock is a double-edged sword because you're going to lose the damage because he doesn't have the absolute strongest disruptive effects. He just has the arts cost increase. So he's a bit of a polarizing character, but I still think he's very, very strong, very, very capable character, but he's just a little more reliant on the allies he has, and that's why the two Super Saiyan 4s are his best friends. They are basically what he needs. That's what he needs to be ran on. If Legend Red were to come out, then I would be a little bit concerned for Bardock because it feeds into that whole timer count-esque, like, oh, you know, you got to make sure you can get the kill, otherwise you're screwed. And this is a team that has 2 yellows. So what are the odds of you making sure you can actually end the fight if there's another competent red there? You know what I mean? So we'll see how that goes, but I got Bardock at 7. I still think, remember, he's still really good, but I just think 7 is a more appropriate place for him. Now next, Trunks. Ultra Trunks, man. This character got done dirty, if you ask me. They release Ultra Trunks a little bit after we have a superior purple Super Vegito. And then after Trunks is released, they go into a Daima campaign and release another superior purple character in the form of Mini Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Well, you know what's funny? It didn't matter because Ultra Trunks is a really strong character that is simply hurt by his team. If Hybrid Saiyans got a Legend Yellow character that had supportive-like abilities with subcount manipulation, then Trunks would rapidly shoot higher on this team. The prep mode is very strong, but it does damage in sort of like 2 ways. Number 1, if you have the prep mode activated, you have a nuclear bomb in your back pocket that you can rely on at any time. I've had no issue with Trunks' prep mode destroying Super Vegito, Full Power Super Saiyan 4, Buuhan. The only characters where it may struggle with would be like Kid Buu and Yellow Super Saiyan 4 Goku because they have over 4 million HP with 200 something % damage guard. I only have Trunks at 5 stars, so this is my impression of him, but if you're able to stack up his damage inflicted via the combo, and then you time it with a drop, he's one-shotting everybody. Very comfortably one-shotting everybody. But some underrated aspects of him is, like I said, the prep mode is easy to get because you can give away the first life if you wanted to. He has disruptive effects with the arts cost increase, but the final hope slash is just where so much of his value is from because it does so much damage. It's just in your back pocket that does this indirect sort of like psychological fear that forces your opponent to change up who they're hitting Trunks with while they have priority. One of the things that I think they got to figure out is, is it an intentional thing where you as the enemy don't know what the progress of the prep mode is? Like, is it meant to be this you got no idea where it's showing up, or is that a UI issue for the game? If it's a UI issue for the game, then Trunks to me is going to lose some points because now they can predict around it. But if it's intended and they don't want you to know when you're going to get nuked, then Trunks is very comfortable where he is right now. Second life, really good damage inflicted, hard hitting final hope slash, really strong character overall. There isn't much to say for Trunks. He shares similar attributes to everyone else where he's going to get a card, going to get a key, going to heal when he shows up on the field. But the niche thing that gives him so much value is the final hope slash. People also forget when he has the full unique gauge, he'll show up on the field type neutral. The one thing that kind of hurts him isn't just the purple plus characters that exist in the game, but before he has the unique gauge, needing to get hit once to have the type neutral is kind of a confusing design choice. I think they did it just because they wanted Trunks to feel the oppression of Super Vegito. I really don't understand why they made that part of this kit. But overall, I think he's a really good character. His endurance proc is a very strong disruptive effect. You basically can't do anything outside of, say, an overdrive or an ultimate. But being able to seal up the rush, seal up every other move is just like a one-time shot of what the full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku has. So I think he's good. I think the only thing that hurts Trunks in this meta is team. I mean, it's going to be him and Gohan, but hybrids just really need a good yellow character right now. If not that, then they could use a strong red character, and these characters will go up a couple of points. But I got Trunks at 8. I think he's really good. I'm really happy to see the prep mode make a return, just because I thought that was like a forgotten mechanic. But thank you, Legends, for remembering that you made a prep mode in this game. Now next, number 9. I'm going to go with Legend Piccolo. Now, I think Legend Piccolo suffers from two things right now. Number one, I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's going to be the two green characters that you see before you. But number two is his team. It's very, very odd that they decided to go with a ranged regeneration character when his regen team is so damn strike-oriented. I don't understand why they went with that. But Piccolo just does... It's confusing, right? He's one of the few blue characters on this team. He does crazy damage. He can very comfortably stack up so much damage inflicted. If I remember correctly, it's 30% damage inflicted per card. This guy with the unique gauge is able to constantly fill up the overdrive as well, and with his legend action, he draws an ultimate. Those three things are strong because a lot of the things that I've mentioned here, some of the disruptive effects, sustainability effects, he can work around, and his kit allows him to do exactly that. So for example, Bardock, this guy, his indestructible state is going to show up if you have, you use an arts card to hurt the character. With Piccolo being able to constantly replenish his unique gauge feeds into him getting overdrive gauge. You can constantly overdrive Bardock, which hurts a ton, or with an early ultimate, you can simply snipe out Bardock. Again, you could do the same thing to avoid this guy's instant transmission. Same thing you could do to avoid Buuhan's auto counters, either the overdrive or the quick attack into the ultimate. Same idea against him. I have him lower on the list just because his teams stink. I don't know. He basically has no team. You could throw him on regeneration for sure, but I feel like he's more of a detriment to the team just because, again, the team is so strike-oriented. I don't really know. He individually is really strong. He just suffers from poor teams right now. I just think if they really bothered to make that Cell Saga team good, like if they went with a plat equip for the Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and Zenkai Awakening to the instant transmission Goku, then I could see where they were going with the Kami Piccolo. But him being ranged on a strike-oriented team, his typing being a little bit out there, given, the number one character is this guy, I don't really know. I have him much lower on the list for that reason, but that doesn't deny the fact that he still is really, really strong. And when you run into him, you will notice that he's the character that does the most damage from your opponent. He's the guy to watch out for. So I got him at number 9. That's where I think he should fit. All right, number 10. This shouldn't really come as a surprise. I'm going with Ultra Goku. I mean, what is there to say? Ultra Goku has crazy amounts of utility, and his Ultra ability being Saiyans make him just the easiest character to throw anywhere. A team-wide second life is super damn strong, especially because it has no restrictions. He has an AoE green, he has the locking in, he has the support, he has the healing. I mean, this is a character that can just provide everything needed for a team. The reason why he's number 10 is the meta continues to shift to higher and higher numbers. His damage guard numbers and damage inflicted numbers are starting to tail off, and I'm saying starting to. Characters are starting to push 280, 290% damage guard. We've got characters that are way over 400% damage guard pretty comfortably. So Ultra Namma Goku is starting to, you know, he's on the tail end now. He's getting pushed out. But that's a long run for a character. It's been damn near 10 months for him. But overall, he's a really good character. Faint chance with the blues, is able to destroy Dragon Balls, which is really valuable. Like I said, team-wide second life. And as you can tell based off of this list, he has a lot of freedom because there's only one really good nuclear red option. This is a meta where yellow and green feel a little bit free because there's so many of them. Legends is obviously setting up a scenario where they're going to sell us a strong red character. I'm calling it right now. I don't know when this is going up. I'm recording this on April 18th, but I said this a week ago. I could 100% see a Legend Red LOE first form Frieza that is ranged, and then they give a unique equip to the Revival Frieza, the blue one, and then we see a return with Ultra Full Power Frieza. That's what I think they're trying to gun. But the red Frieza is what I expect at Battle Hour. Historically, we've seen red powerful opponent characters shown there, or powerful opponent characters in general. Ultra Rose, Super 17. But that is to say, yellow is free right now. Ultra Namma Goku, despite having tailing off multipliers, just provides so much to any team that he's thrown on. He is still ran even to this day, so I got him at number 10. I wanted to do some honorable mentions. I know that if I don't talk about them, people are gonna get tilt. So Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Like I said, this is a meta that needs red characters. Him alongside the other two Super Saiyan 4 characters can be pretty annoying because, like I said, you got a character that's providing additional damage guard, additional healing, damage inflicted. He can be annoying with them because he's able to provide the additional arts cost increase, the second life. He has some pretty good damage for free with the kick. He's able to blast off a bunch of blast cards. So I would say he can be ran with these two. You see these every once in a while, a full Super Saiyan 4 lineup. I also wanted to throw up our good friend. Where is he? He recently got a Zenkai Awakening. Our friend Red Bardock. I think Red Bardock is pretty good right now. Well, I say pretty good in asterisk, but Red Bardock is helpful. I mean, they gave him some really good multipliers overall, but his value really shines on the second main. But that is the only problem. You gotta wait over 40 timer counts to get to that second main. But once Bardock has that, he is nuclear. He's able to comfortably take out anybody that he's fighting because not only does he get his Vanish back, he's given 30 timer counts of type neutral, and he gets one of every card. This is a character where his green card is able to provide him a bunch of cards, so you can just go ahead and use a strike, use that green card, hopefully get some more strike cards, and then just finish off with the blue. That one singular burst moment is where Bardock shines. And as you can tell from what I've mentioned throughout this list, with characters being so elusive and devious and able to dodge tons of damage, characters that are able to lock somebody in and get that hit off are given a lot of praise, like Kid Buu. Like I said, so Bardock, with that second main, I'd say he deserves an honorable mention. Pretty good. On two red characters. We're also going to throw in the mini Super Saiyan 3 Goku. He's strong. He has really good damage guard numbers. I think making your strike cards cost as much as they do is a helpful way of disrupt, given look at how many of these characters are strike oriented. I mean, what is it? 8 out of the 10 characters? This guy strike, 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 strike. So you're going to be dealing with teams where they have plenty of strike cards in their hand, so that disruptive effect can be useful. He has the very fast overdrive charging, which is powerful. That is a very, very, very strong effect because you're able to hold on to a pocket rising rush in your hands. He's just let down by his teams. Honest to God, I think Mini Super Saiyan 3 Goku is a bit of an odd one because his Purple Plus typing is confusing, given that people would just use Super Vegito instead. And if you argue the later slot, again, people just use Super Vegito on other teams. He doesn't really feel like he has a unique niche or identity. I think their whole thing was about the overdrive charge rate. But he's still strong. It's just I feel like this character was let down by his teams. He needs that Daima ally for that overdrive charge rate. And Daima, after 2 campaigns, to me is still not as great as it could be. It could have been so much better. But that easily feeds into my next honorable mention, which is the Mini Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Same idea. Same idea. I mean, having an overdrive or being able to rush if you time it right, killing a second life can be valuable. These two with the overdrive charging thing could be helpful. This guy has some pretty hard-hitting blue cards. You know, he can be ran, but again, the Daima team isn't that great. It just isn't that great. So, I don't know. There's a couple other you could throw in there. I mean, you could talk about Fusion 13, but at this point, he hits like a marshmallow. He gets shredded, no problemo. It's really just a support. Green card, blue card, damage inflicted. I mean, revival. That's really what he's bringing to the table, so he deserves an honorable mention just for that. But otherwise, yeah, that's what I think is the top 10 best characters right now. I think if it came down to a meta snapshot, then this is what I think it looks like. I think these 3 rule the meta. They are going to be on every high-ranked PvP team. They're going to be the units that give you the biggest headaches. These are going to be the reasons why you win or lose. These are the playmakers. These other guys are either doing their best to flow alongside one of these guys, or they're still capable in their own right, but I just think these guys rule. These guys are just controlling everything. These guys are super damn strong, but these are the big playmakers. Yeah, I mean, this is what I think the meta looks like. You guys let me know in the comment section below what you think. Again, if you agree or disagree, it doesn't really matter because it's not like you go into PvP with my list and if you run into one of the top 3, you all of a sudden just have a heart attack. It doesn't matter. But either way, you guys let me know in the comment section below what you think. But until next time, peace.